The following contest, brought to you by Space City Collective, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, representing Main Street Boxing and Muay Thai and Unity BJJ. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet, 11 inches tall, and he weighed in officially at 169.4 pounds. Fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of the Bronx in New York, he holds an amateur record of 1 win, 1 loss. Here is Samael Mambo. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, representing Gracie Baja in the Woodlands, Texas. This freestyle fighter stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Conroe, Texas, he holds a perfect amateur record, 3 wins, no losses. Here is Jaden. Mackinnon. Your referee in charge of the action, Patrick Patlon.
You know, when looking at this fight, I think the biggest thing I see is the age difference. You have a 26-year-old versus an 18-year-old. Very similar records. What do you think that is, going to do to the mindset of a guy like Mackinnon? Or do you think it makes any difference at all?
It definitely makes a difference. Generally, the younger guys don't have the confidence that an older guy has, but they're able to redline the whole time. The younger you are, the better you can put the gas to the pedal, the pedal to the metal, and redline a whole round. Whereas the older you get, you start to develop injuries, you start to develop habits, and you're less likely to have that kind of cardio and conditioning.
100%. Obviously, there's a benefit to both.
Double leg takedown.
Takedown. Obviously, Mackinnon, there's a way that he wants to take this fight, and he's making that known obvious. If you're Mackinnon, what do you do in this position?
Yeah, cook him. Cook him. Try to do damage. Cook your opponent and try to do damage. Keep him down on the ground. A little mirror lock there. I don't think he's going to be able to get it, though.
So, obviously, he's got his arms locked here. Just kind of explain, the importance of damage here and getting his arms out of that.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to want to get his posture back, right? Get his posture back, look to rain down strikes. Gravity is his friend, so he's going to want posture and height. Anytime he receives strikes from the bottom, he uses that opportunity to pass, which you can see here. As soon as Lopes looked to open up with the strikes, he got over in the half guard. So when your opponent moves, you look to pass. When they're not moving, you look to strike.
Now, what exactly is Mackinnon looking here for? Is he looking for a choke, or is he looking to? Looks like he has a pretty dominant position here.
You essentially want to get past the legs and go to mount or the back.
Okay.
Before we look for any submissions, we're looking to do damage and get into the best position, which would be back or mount. Now, if they give you a submission, that's something different, but we're not looking for it.
Looks like he's doing plenty of ground and pound here.
Yes, this is money right here. Mambo Lopes, he needs to get underneath his opponent, either get out and away or get underneath.
Yeah, no, for sure. He's taking some heavy shots here, and how much what does that do to your mindset? Just having your opponent on top of you, raining down shots like that.
Well, not only is his opponent on top of him, but he's also against the cage. That's a whole another layer of suck, is when you're against the cage like that, because now your opponent can essentially wedge you. It's like a wedge between you getting up. You have two spaces that aren't allowing you to get up. Not only just a mat, but also a wall.
He's fighting against an outside force here, as well as some heavy top pressure from Mackinnon.
Yeah, and Mackinnon, he doesn't have to pass here. He can literally just use the leg that he has to keep Lopes down on the ground. If you're Lopes, you got to get your leg free. You got to get that bottom leg that he's using to hold on to Mackinnon. He's got to get it out and use it to get up. So what you'll notice in like jiu-jitsu and grappling is that people will pass the half guard and get to a better position. In MMA, sometimes it's better to just stay in that position and rain down shots, which is what we're seeing now.
Look at the level of confidence we see from Jared Mackinnon. I mean, that was, we were talking about the age difference, you know, and I don't think that's made a difference. I think Mackinnon just had a dominant round, at least from the top, running ground, some you know, ground and pound, and then stands up and stares down on him.
Yeah, that pace that he can put on. Like I said, he can go the whole time. And notice how he set that double leg up off a strike. You know, it wasn't from the outside, wasn't off like a jab from way out. It's like essentially he got Mambo Lopes to commit on that strike. Boom, takes him down with ease. Didn't really have to struggle for it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. If you're Mackinnon, do you take this fight back to the ground, or do you stand with Mambo Lopes, who seems to be pretty well versed in the striking department?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure I want to take any shots from Mambo Lopes. I would definitely try to get him back down to the ground, especially after a round like that. Why wouldn't you?
It'll be interesting to see what kind of composure we see from Mambo Lopes here. I mean, that's why he's here, though. I think this is definitely a big test for both guys. Right.
I think Mambo Lopes needs to. We saw some success with the striking, so now he's got to be able to fight his way out of the exchange. So you're gonna have to get in, throw the strikes, and then backpedal quickly, because you need to be expecting that double leg coming. So be ready to sprawl.
Right. Just how important is that distance management here for him?
Yeah, it's going to be super important. You see how they're getting really close and they're both ducking? Yep, he's going to be able to use that every time to get to the legs. And he's going to be able to pick him up here if he's not careful.
Back to the ground. Here we go. Now that he's got him back against the cage, if you're Mackinnon, how are you advancing here? I know you're looking to do damage.
Yeah, just keep. You essentially want to just pin them between the wall and the mat, right? You don't want to get overcommitted like we've seen before in these earlier fights where you get too excited trying to jump on the back. You essentially want to keep them there and do damage.
Got a little smile from Mackinnon there after a shot from Mambo. You can just see the reads from Mackinnon. He's waiting for an overextension from Mambo.
Right, right. When you can get underneath someone like that and go for the double leg, it makes it harder for them to throw strikes because they're scared you're going to go underneath again.
For sure. And I mean, when you've done it, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and you do it in a row, it's big for your confidence. He's probably going to be shooting, you know, every time he sees even the slightest opening now.
Right.
How worried should he be from a knee down the middle for Mambo?
Yeah, it's always an option. It's hard. As long as you set him up correctly, though, the knee's not there. You want to do it off the end of a strike, right? So it's like going to be extremely difficult for him to raise his knee if he's, you know, middle of exchanging his weight. But as you can see here, the more tired you get, the harder those double legs become to land.
Right, for sure. I mean, we're seeing
yeah,
Mambo
McKinnon's got to be careful trying to trade with Mambo Lopes here.
You think we're going to see a little bit of a momentum change here?
I mean, we definitely can. Because McKinnon's gotten tagged a couple times, and he's not getting that double leg like he wants.
No, both guys do seem to be a little bit tired here. Mambo's looking pretty fresh, even after the grappling exchanges.
Right, right. Oh, nice hook right there. That was beautiful. And McKinnon's landing as well. They're trading, but I just don't know if I'm Mackinnon, do I want to keep trading toe-to-toe with Mambo? And now that he's tired, he's having less success with those double legs.
100%. So if you're Mackinnon here, what do you do? You're tired now. Some of your takedowns have been stuffed. What do you do to get that confidence back?
Man, he's got to time the double leg at the right time, like right as a kick comes, right as he overcommits on the strike. It seems like he's a little more tired, and now he's just kind of throwing him out there a little more.
He's got a chin on him. Look at the chin on Mackinnon, eating some big shots from Mambo. If you're
I've seen this pace completely switch. It looked like it was totally in McKinnon's favor going into the second round, and now it seems like all the momentum has shifted back for Mambo.
100%. If you're a guy right now, and you're Alex Morano, and you've got a young fighter, and you're in the corner of Mackinnon, what do you tell him?
And Mackinnon,
third and final round coming up momentarily. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Stay calm and collected. Quit trying to trade with him for so much. I think he's really getting caught in those deep exchanges with the check hooks. He's really good at coming right over the top with the hook on the end of an exchange. So we got to throw and off a land, go for the takedown. Off getting tagged, go for the takedown. It seems like he's like 1 or 2 and then going for it, and that's how you miss those.
100%. I mean, it would be really safe to say this, you know, I'm no judge, but it'd be really say, like, you know, unofficially it's 1-1 right now.
Right. And man, he almost had him up against that wall and could have done some damage early in the second round. So he's got to be able to do that again. Except keep.
You know, 30 seconds isn't a long time. How much does that damage translate over to the next round?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot.
So I mean, he could be refreshed here. We're about to find out. Both guys kind of filling each other out again almost.
Ooh.
What some shots from Mambo Lopes.
Mixing it up between the body and the head.
I can hear those thuds from here. Those shots are definitely doing some damage.
Yeah, see, it's going to be too late for Mackinnon to change it back into a grappling match now. And now that Mambo's racking up these significant strikes, it's going to be very difficult for Mackinnon to change the momentum again.
No, 100%. I think the momentum is definitely in Mambo's favor right now. I mean, what do you think? You know, you think Mackinnon's got to go for broke at this point?
He needs to wait as soon as Mambo goes to throw, get down on a leg again.
It seems like he can hold him down when he gets him there, but obviously that's going to be.
Now pull his legs out from underneath him. Locks his hands together, he needs to go for the big slam, and now he needs to hold him there and do damage. If he can hold him there and do some damage, we have a fight.
What a takedown. So if you're Mambo here, I mean, what are you doing to get back up? Or
just stand up, Derek Lewis style. Just stand up. Your main focus should be kick him away as hard as you can and get back to your feet.
Do you think even just this pressure like Mackinnon's putting on will be enough to win him this fight?
No, he's got to do damage. So he's got about a minute to punch him in the face. And if that doesn't happen, he's not going to win this fight. Unfortunately, it looks like he's pretty tired and pretty happy that he even got him down to the ground. He may not be able to do enough damage now.
It'll be really interesting to see what we can find. I mean, Mambo's even looking for some elbows from the bottom here.
Yeah, he's been tagged so many times, he might not have the gas to be able to do damage here, but we'll see. He's got about 45 seconds to work left in the third round.
Absolutely. You know more than me. You know, again, it only takes about 10 seconds to change a fight, especially going towards the end of it.
We'll see what Mackinnon can do here.
Wow, those are some punishing shots from the bottom. Mambo's doing a really good job at fighting the hands and just really stopping him from being able to do any damage. He's looking for it. I mean, these guys both have crazy heart.
Great fight. Great little scrap right there.
Absolutely.
Man, I really thought Jaden Mackinnon had it in the bag at the end of the first round, but I really think this is going to go to Mambo Lopes.
100%. I think it's going to be tough to say, you know. These judges are seeing things from all sorts of different angles. It's the way that they gauge, you know, damage versus control, how they weigh their options. It's going to be really interesting to see which route they take here. I would not be surprised with a split decision.
Right.
I mean, just what a high-level fight between both these guys that are so young in their career. I mean, Mackinnon's only 18. Mambo Lopes is only 26. Not old at all. He could definitely really take his career on whichever side he wants to.
just the idea that an 18-year-old is tossing around grown men inside of a cage is pretty comical, but that's what combat sports is these days. You got literal 16, 17, and 18-year-olds that are absolute savages.
100%. And, you know, I guarantee that martial arts has had positive changes in all of their lives. They're in here, here we go to the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Space City Collective. Judge Eva Beltran scores the fight 29-28 Lopes. Judge Ramsey Ishak scores the fight 29-28 Mackinnon. And Judge Danielle Guevara scores the fight 29-28, declaring your winner by split decision, Mambo Lopes.
Great fight, great fight. You can't be upset about either one of those.
No, 100%. I mean, I kind of figured it would go to split decision, you know, given the different angles that the judges see. But if I'm Mackinnon, man, I just had a war with a guy that was 12 years older than me, almost. You know, I mean, 8 years, you know, whatever. I'm not here for math. But, you know, just what a great performance by both guys. And I think both guys have something to take back to learn on.
100%.